Welcome back. This is the intake and I'm Mike. And this video is for the Kustoms Hot Rod Illustrated Annual Group Build Final. Today, December 15th was the day. So, long day today. I started early in the morning and been on it ever since. I just finished up. I'm very happy with it. I learned a lot. Thank you, Paul, for putting on this group build. Left Coast Model Car Builds. Check it out. Great channel. Paul's said he's gonna do this every year, and I'm looking forward to the next one already. Even though this was difficult, it was really difficult for me. I'm not used to doing all this custom body work and everything, but I'm happy with it. So let me turn this around and show you what I came up with. Okay, so here it is. I didn't, it has dust on it already. I didn't think I was going to make it, but I did. So I'll just start getting into this, what this is. This is all it's not all Createx. This is Createx magenta and deep purple over a silver base, silver metal flake base. All the trim is done in nickel. And the wheels are done in nickel. I thought it would really look good. I cleared them all so it looked finished. I thought it would look good with these colors. It just seemed like that's the way I should go, and I think it turned out pretty cool. The clear, if anybody's seen my videos, is I went with Tuba Color 1K clear, and I was having so much trouble with it. But it was me. I thought it was the paint. I thought it was the clear. I got the first one delivered through Amazon, and it was outside for like 6 hours, and it was freezing cold out, so I thought it was ruined because it kept crazing. I would paint it on, it would craze. I'm like, what the heck's going on? So I wet sand it, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm saving the paint, so let's try it again, and I did it again. Then I'm like, man, something's wrong. I think the paint's messed up. So I went to AutoZone and bought another can, and same thing happened. I'm like, man. So that happened last night. So put it in the dehydrator, all that. Get it so I can wet sand it again. Did my video this morning for Cars and Coffee, and didn't know if I was going to make it or not. I showed it on there. It had crazing all over it. It still has a little, which I didn't notice until I got it in this kind of light. But it really does not look bad. It looks pretty great compared to what it was. I'm very happy with it. I think it's sharp. A little bit in this door right here. I guess I could have sanded more. I was worried I was going to just get down to the paint again. But all in all, it ended up looking pretty cool. This is not wet sanded or buffed or polished or nothing. This is 1K. All the trim up here is hand painted. These little wing windows do not exist. I have the new version, and this was like a 2000. This was an Ertl version. So neither of them have the vent windows or the wing windows in them. So I used the acetate. And I also did these back windows in acetate because the other windows were so thick, they looked funny sitting behind here. Like from the back side, you could really see it. It looked kind of funny, like they were just chopped off. So I went with the acetate there, and it ended up working out pretty well. The back end, the bed is painted with a tan, a yellow, and then tequila yellow brushed on. That Createx. There it is. Tequila yellow by Createx brushed on. and I think it looks pretty good. The only thing that kind of messed me up was where this door is here. But it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. And you know what? I'm going to have to stop this thing. The back of the seat is um, I made. So if you remember, if anyone knows, this could be like an El Camino too. Um, so you had a short top and then you had other pieces. So this is another piece. This back didn't exist. And in the new version, it does not exist. The older versions, it does exist. So I made this out of the El Camino portion, where it would extend the bed. So I just cut it up and put it in there and glued it in. And I made this trim here. This is actually styrene I glued in, sanded down to fit. I think it looks pretty good. The tailgate works. I broke this one right here. This one broke off, but it still works. I don't know if I'm gonna try to pin it on, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. But it works. Looks cool. Um, I went with the since this was custom hot rod illustrated group build. I went with sorry about bumping the camera there. I went with like the custom tail lights. They're actually I did do chrome silver behind them, so they look pretty cool. Uh, I did the tailpipes. I added those. Um, those are actually aluminum tips. The other things I did, I'll show you the exhaust in a minute. The other things, I did lower this thing a lot. It didn't come out as low as I wanted it to, but it looks pretty cool. Um, I did here's one big thing. Oh, the little fingerprints, of course. I did a fade. So I don't know if you can see. Yeah. So it's like real dark down here, and then it's lighter purple up here. It's almost black at the bottom, and by the front bumper and the front of the hood, I did it like that. So as you can see, it's lighter up top here, and then darker down here. And I did that on purpose, and that worked real easy with that new. I used the gallery uh, Barbados Rex airbrush swallowtail, and I got the fan tip. And if you turn the fan tip a certain way, man, it just does a straight line for you because you know it either goes vertical or horizontal. So it did that straight line, and it looks really cool. I love it's an awesome looking fade. The other thing I did is I flipped the bumpers and I shaped them and everything. I flipped those bumpers to fit on there that way. That's as tight as I could get that back bumper. Not a real fan of that, but the front I think came out really cool. It's off, it's all flipped. You can see it right, yeah. And I think it looks sharp. And that's the custom grill. A lot of putty work in that custom grill. To get rid of the lines, it had lines. All in here is like this is an extra piece. I could pop this open. Let's see. Pop this open and show you what try to show you what I'm talking about. Um, I gotta talk about that too. But anyway, this piece here is an extra piece because this is like a smaller grill. So this is all like a seam all the way around here. I had to putty and work and putty and work and putty and work and shape it the correct way. And it's worth it though. I mean, it's actually really cool. I really like the way it looks. I use the custom headlights. I like those. Pretty cool. Um, as you can see, the intake, the stacks, I cut down so I didn't have to cut a hole in the hood. So I cut them down, drilled them out, tried to flare them. I really didn't do a real good job on flaring it, but I cut them down and painted them black inside there and everything. Uh, the engine is the magenta. Here, let me bring it up for you. And then, as you can see, the Chevrolet. That's because I have a silver base and I cleaned off the candy. I'm looking at the picture. Sorry. Even the fan blade is the fan is magenta. You can't really see it, but I did do a bracket toward. I'm trying to get the pointer. The bracket toward the for the generator. Sorry, I'm bumping you. There's a tiny little bracket on there. Oh boy, you're not even in the picture. There's a tiny little bracket on there. So that looks pretty cool. It's wired. It's purple wiring in the back there. You can barely see it. Barely make it out. So I did do all that. So since this is a custom, I thought about doing tuck and roll and blah blah blah, but I didn't. But I did do suede under the hood. So that looks pretty cool. A little kind of wrinkled on me there. I just got done, guys. So everybody. So I suede it under there, custom, and then the roof of the car. I was wondering, is suede. Yep, it's suede. You can see it in there. That's suede. I think it looks pretty cool. It's hard to see there. Maybe if I open the tailgate, you might. I gotta be real careful. It's gonna fall off on me. Watch. No, you really can't get a look that way either. Yeah. So here's the interior view. I got a little glue. I haven't had time yet. There's a little glue up in here from the doing the headliner, the suede headliner. I got to try to clean that off a little bit. I did go. You got the flocking, and that's all mixed colors. That's a purple, gray mix on there, in there, and two-tone dash. Decals are out of the newer kit. They have two sets in there, so that's awesome. So the decals for the dash is all out of their newer kit. It's got the console in the middle. It's the nickel with that cool gear shift. The buckets are out of that newer charger kit that comes with the trailer. I think it's a 68 charger. I believe that's where I got them from. You can see the side panels are purple. So that came out pretty cool. I'm happy with that. I love these wheels. I love these tires, these wheels and tires. I just love them. I love those new tires they give you with the Firestone, with the old school Firestone symbol on there. So anyway, here's the underneath. All the magenta is also cleared, gloss cleared over. Obviously, I took care of the seam on the engine. All the connections there for the exhaust are seamed up. I haven't. I got to fix this. I got to paint over that. That's where I was trying to glue it to glue the chassis to the body. So I have to fix that. I got to do some little bit of touch up on her. I just got done. There's the exhaust. I made this this extra piece with the solder, 0.062 solder. First time doing that. All the way out because I wanted dual exhaust out the back. And I didn't want to cut that exhaust all out. I made the little strap to hold it. Looks pretty cool. The tips came out cool. They're actually offset. Here, since I'm holding it up. They're actually offset to get down below the bumper. So I set them, and then I cut them off the length of pipe. So I'm really happy with it. Trying to think if there's anything else that I did that was extra on here. I don't know if you can see the back seat. Back seat, the interior is pretty cool. I'll have a picture. I think I'll put a picture at the end. Back seat's two-toned as well. Looks pretty cool. Pretty happy. Oh, I cut these down, put these rails on. This one was kind of warped, so it was a real pain to get on there, get it to stay on. I'd get it on there and just fall right off. So these are the side rails for the pickup bed. They came all the way up here, so I cut them, and glued them back together. They have some kind of. Oh, I'm sorry. That is what I did do. Here's the newer kit. So this is what the roof looked like before I cut it. And that's what I cut off. So I cut out a section and in the middle and brought this section forward. I think it was these two. Because if you see the taper, wait, I'm sorry. These two sections I brought forward, they taper to here and then it straightens out. So I cut like the next three out and moved this up. So these two were together and then the rest was all one. And I glued this all together, puttied it, rescribed everything. Everything had to be rescribed and puttied and on this roof. It ended up pretty nice though. A lot of work, but it looks cool. I learned a ton. I learned a ton about customizing. I've never done this much. Sorry, kicking you again. I've never done this much to a model before. So I'm very happy with it. Hope you all like it. Thank you, Paul. Awesome group build. I can't wait for next year's. I think it's going to be starting soon. So, thank you, everyone. Thanks to my subscribers. Thank you, Paul. I learned so much. You really, oops, there it goes. I'm glad that was only that one and not the one I just got done building. I really learned a lot. I'm glad you pushed my abilities, made me work hard at making something really cool. I really like the way it looks. Maybe at the end, if I can find it, I'll show you a picture. It's out of a Custom Illustrators magazine. That is where I got the idea for this. And it was, Paul was going through the magazine, and I froze the video and took a picture of it. So if I can find it, I'll put it at the end, and then I'll put some other still shots at the end. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you again. Y'all take care. I hope you enjoyed it.